All right, Peach, episode 80, baby. Season's about to start. You ready for this cold open?
Indeed. The mountains are blue. Oh, yeah. Let's open up the season right.
Woo! Welcome, everybody, to Court Cousins, episode 80. It is good to see you back here, Second Cousins. And boy, do we have a gem to get this season started, Peach. Tell the lovely people what's on this show.
Hey, we've got an emotional check-in where we each kind of say what we've been up to recently and how we're feeling, how we're doing. Then we've got the social media roundup. Get out your lassos because we are going to be roping in a big monster today.
Ooh.
And then we've got fill in the blank where hypothetical questions are asked and answered. And then a large, robust, some might say it's even flotatious, if thrown in water, large ending.
Beautiful. It's good to be back here. It's going to be a good one. And the folks that are making this show go, we want to shout them out at the top. All the All-Stars and Second Cousins over on the Patreon. Shaheen, Lewis, Paolo and Franz's Warmth, Magic Player History, Matthew Bell, Damien and Gloria. Oops, that was the wrong one. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for supporting the show. We got a new season coming up. I was just editing an outtakes for over at the Patreon. That's some of the things. We also ask for some input from shows, and I'm going to do a video hang before one of our preseason games coming up. So I'd love to see you all on the Patreon. It would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Indeed. A good time. A preseason game, eh?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to try to do that. Like leading up to the games this year, do the hangout with the patrons, and then it'll be like kind of like a warm up to the game, little pre-game talk, chatter for a little while, and then you go right into game time. It gets you amped up.
Fair enough. I like it.
Yeah. So, Peach, it's been a while, man. We had a little bit of a hiatus. Now the season's starting.
Indeed.
We're putting more charcoal into this puppy, and the steam engine is going, and the train is a starting. And how are you feeling to begin this season, Peach, for the emotional check-in?
This guy cooking with charcoal over here. You got to cook with propane.
Yeah.
You got to taste the heat, not the meat. Everybody knows that, but maybe it's just because I live in Texas. I am just getting over. I chose this one of Mo. He seems a little frustrated and sort of like, I could potentially eat your children. Don't get in my way kind of thing. Just coming off training camp for the Stars is a busy time of year for me. So that was most of September, and I'm kind of at their, whatever they decide they're going to be there. We got 2 rinks. We got to keep them up. I got to make sure other people are there. I worked a lot of days trying to train some new people as well. So I even worked a few nights, and yeah, it's just finally getting a little past. The season starts next week for them, so that will become a little more normal, and the guy I've been training is almost ready, so finally can get away from this kind of frustrated look that Moritz goes and getting into playing, which I'm sure Moritz kind of feels that way too, right? He's been on the shelf for a long time, wants to get back to playing, wants to get back in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the vibes I'm at, but I'm glad that I think the worst is behind me for now, and things are going to start to get easier. And they already have a little bit this week. So how are you feeling for the emotional check-in?
Well, I'll go into that. How the Stars looking in their training camp?
They're looking good. There's some new faces.
Okay.
We got a new coach, so we're kind of dealing with his new style and how he goes. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. We got a lot of the same roster for the most part.
Much like our Magic, because I know you all came here for the hot dollar Stars talk, but I chose this one off of Moritz's Instagram. I went there and was looking around for an emotional check-in. He's got a lot of stuff in German up there, including this post. He was giving, it looked like, Dennis Schroeder some very nice words, some positive affirmation about Dennis Schroeder, and he's pointing at him and he's pumping his chest that he loves him. I'm sure he wanted to be there, of course, Moritz, with the German team who won the Euro Cup this year, which we'll be talking about in just a little bit. But, I guess that's how I'm feeling, man. Started the season, feeling the love, getting back on here with you, hanging out with my cousin and all the beautiful second cousins out there, just getting ready to chop it up with our Orlando Magic family this year as we go into a really exciting season. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the love and the excitement as we go into this 25-26 campaign, Peach. This is our like fifth season doing this podcast too.
We started 21-22.
All right, and this is 25-26. So yeah. Maths. Fourth year. Or is it like when you're born, you're in your fifth year? I think that's what it is. We've done 4 and we're in our fifth, maybe. We're going to be 5. We're going to be 5. Yay. And we have a very special thing planned for our 5th year anniversary too, Peach. We should let that cat out of the bag right now. For Court Cousins Night, we already have a date. We're going to be down there February 5th when the Orlando Magic play the Brooklyn Nets. Normally I see them here in Brooklyn, but I'll be all the way down in sunny Florida for this one. And Peach, we're going big this year. We're living the sweet life. We're getting a suite. I've been wanting to do it for a while. This year, we're just in. So if you want in, I'm going to put my Venmo in the details and such. It's $100 a ticket. We can have 20 people in there. I think hopefully if we can max it out at like 16, have a little bit more wiggle room, that would be cool with me. But it's going to be a good time. The thing that always has frustrated me about Court Cousins Night and the way they do the sales is like you pick around seats so we all get together, but then sometimes we're seating apart. And this year, we're just all going to be in the suite together. And we're going to get to chop it up, all game, hanging out as a family. And I'm really pumped for that.
Yeah, you can share some chicken tenders with me.
Yeah,
if you're quick enough to get in there before I eat them all.
Oh, Lady in the Tramp style, maybe with Peach.
Well, I don't know about that.
if you got a trampy cousin out there, I don't know, second cousins, bring her through.
But it'll be a lot more fun to all be in the same group. You're right, because sometimes like there's people a few rows back from us. Sometimes they're in a completely different section. Yeah, and this time we can just all be right in the same booth, so you can hear us chop it up during the game. And if you want to tell us to shut up too, you can. Pay $100, come hang out with us and tell us we're dumb too if you want. But I think you'll probably just laugh and enjoy yourself because I've heard we're a good time. I don't know any different because we are what we are, but I've heard we're a good time.
Okay, so I hope to see you all there, second cousins. Let's get in early so we can really buoy up on all types of good giveaways and raffles and such. But I need you all to get tickets early because I'm putting out a large stake for the suite, so I can't buy any other stuff if we don't get some people in there.
If this guy's got to put out, you got to take him up on that offer, people. I'm telling you.
All right, let's get into the second cousins out there that we're definitely putting out in the Orlando Magic universe. Lots of chatter as we're starting here with training camp and media day and all the good stuff. So let's just start off with the big move of the offseason. This has been talked about, but Sleeper Magic brings it up that ESPN ranks the Desmond Bane trade as the second best move of the NBA offseason. And much was made about all the picks going out. But again, those aren't worth diddly if this team is as good as it can be, Peach. And a lot of chatter during media day, questions about Desmond Bane, how he's going to fit in. Everyone seems super confident. This guy seems like the perfect fit in terms of a volume three-point shooter. And also, man, he can create too. So I'm interested to see him working with some of the guys in the second lineup. He averaged like 5 assists per game. So this isn't just like a one-trick pony here. He does it all for us. He's not going to compromise that defensive identity. And it seems like he's doing all the right things, like calling the guys right when the trade happened. He's been getting together with guys all summer. It already looks like the camaraderie is off the charts. So I know we have to have an adjustment period, especially anytime you bring in a big piece like Desmond Bane into the starting lineup. But, man, it feels like we could just be rolling out the gate, Peach, with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He ripped off the dap heard around the world with Coach the minute he stepped into the facility. And with this guy lacks in hairline, he more than makes up for in vibes. All you see is him smiling big and excited to be a part of this. And like he's either the world's best teammate or he makes it seem like all of our guys are. And we like to, of course, believe in our dudes, right? So and here's a guy coming in from the outside saying, hey, this has been an easy transition. It's awesome. I'm sure the workout facility and the beautiful facility they have there is really helping out. But yeah, it's got the vibes very high, and it's not just the Magic community talking about it. It's not even just it's like everyone's talking about it. It's almost like the expectations have taken a turn where it's like they're almost maybe a little too high. I like to be a little under the radar and then come in. And now I feel like if the Magic don't finish top 3 in the East, it will be considered a disappointment to people. And it's like, well, I don't know if I want that expectation, but it's fun. It's fun to be a part of the conversation. And like you said earlier, since we've been doing this podcast, it's mostly been like, hey, are the Magic going to be getting the first pick? And then gradually we've kind of had that growth flower we've always talked about. It's nice to be well out of the dirt. It's nice to be looked upon as an actual plant, and to be something that can be enjoyed by others around the league instead of just us. So yeah. I'm excited about it. And Bane coming in is a big part of that. He is a big part of the vibes. If he comes out in his first few games and goes like 1 for 24 from 3, it's going to sink the vibes. So hopefully this guy is hot early and gets it going. And I think like that'll be a big, I think his first 3 in Orlando is going to make a bigger splash than the 3 points on the board.
Oh man, the place is going to rock when that first 3 goes down. And this guy, he's been on a bunch of interviews. Shout out 6 Man Show. He went on there. He was on the Kevin O'Connor show, which I was able to listen to as well. And everyone is telling him, from Coach Mosley to the other players, shoot the rock. Like, he was talking about how he knows exactly what his role is. He is here to score. And this guy is someone who has averaged, what was it, last year, 20 points per game pretty much. He's averaged close to 24 at times, and I'm talking about 3-point volume. A couple of years ago was at 8.6, and when he was talking to Kevin O'Connor, he said this is absolutely going to be the highest volume 3-point shooting year that he has. So I'm expecting like over 10 attempts, or about 10 attempts a game, something like that, 9 to 10 attempts. And even if he's converting on that 40% mark, which is, his career, he's a 41% shooter, that's some extra points right there that the Magic desperately needed last year. That's going to convert into a lot of wins. So, man, I'm just excited to see this guy out there. I cannot wait for a preseason game as much as this one coming up on Saturday. It's going to be awesome to see this new look team with Desmond Bane out there. And Peach, what was the trade? What was the trade above this? Because this is ranked 2nd according to this survey. Who was the biggest name?
Good question.
The biggest name that moved this offseason? Some liken him to a spider, a tarantula, perhaps. Kevin Durant, tarantula.
I don't know about that one.
To the Rockets. So if this is the same thing that I'm looking at,
that feels like such a hey for the next 2 years move,
right?
Whereas this feels like this is a franchise changing move because he's going to be around for at least 3 or 4 years. I can't make that same statement about Durant, so I don't think of them as the same move. They also got rid of a really good, talented scorer in Jalen Green to get him. So it's like, if it doesn't pay off for them in the next 2 years, this trade could be looked at as sour and terrible. Whereas I don't think the future is going to look poorly upon this trade at all.
Yeah. I do have a little bit of trauma because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is on this image as well, and I think we said many similar things last year. But for the Kevin Durant point, like, Kevin Durant getting traded to a team that's worked out well. They did have that one game against the Bucks in the Nets era that his foot was on the line, and that could have changed how people viewed that. But his foot was on the line, and they lost that, and that team got blown up. And then he went to Phoenix, and that team fell apart. That was probably more the Bradley Beal trade, but like everything Kevin Durant has touched has not turned to gold. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. So, it's still
except for Golden State.
This is
Which
true.
was already gold before he got there.
I like your point about this being like a sustainable move, and maybe should have gotten more votes because they asked a bunch of execs around the league, and 11 people voted for the Rockets trade, and 5 voted for the Desmond Bane trade. So really, the
This may
Kevin
be a little
Durant was
off,
by
but
a
since you
mile.
brought up Durant, I gotta say, like, I'm tired of hearing people talk about like, oh, the era of players that we watched growing up are all getting older and they're gonna leave, and who's gonna replace them? And
Yeah.
they always throw in guys like James Harden and like Paul George and like Kawhi Leonard, and it's like, how often do you watch them play? Like, they don't play that much. Like, I feel like they've already been gone for the past 2 or 3 years. So, like, I don't know why people would be that sad to see those players go. Like the Kawhi from the Spurs and that 1 year with the Raptors. Okay, yeah, that guy was legit. But like this other version who's getting money under the table and stuff like that, and just playing when he wants to, and Paul George just bounce around team to team, like smiling, being like, I'm gonna play, guys, we're gonna be good. And not like, are you really gonna miss those guys? They're kind of already gone, people. Like, let's, keep it to the like the LeBrons and like some of those, Curry, like those are older players that like, hey, it'll be a shame to lose them, but some are already gone. So get over some of those guys. And even Durant, like I like Durant, he's a good player, but like other than that run with Golden State, like I've never really been impressed by him in the big time.
Yeah, he hasn't had a good
He's
run.
a regular season dude. I don't know. Like,
he might be aging out. Who knows? But a team that's not aging out is our Orlando Magic. And as shown here by Sleeper Magic again, Bleacher Report's top 5 young cores in the NBA. Number 1, Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 2, the Rockets. Number 3, the Spurs. Number 4, the Pistons. And number 5, the Orlando Magic. Sleeper Magic asks your thoughts on us at 5, Peach. How do you feel about this ranking?
I guess they don't like our young core, and that's totally fine.
Yes.
They like other cores better. I mean, look, San Antonio, obviously people are Victor Wembanyama crazy. He's still in the league technically for now, so you have to consider him a thing. And Stephon Castle obviously is great, and they picked up De'Aaron Fox if he's still considered young, which I think he should be.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with that. It's hard to argue with OKC, the defending champions, they're all young.
Right.
The Rockets just got older by adding Durant, so I don't know if I love them as a top five core.
Yeah, that's the Alperen Şengün, the witch doctor.
Cade Cunningham, Asir Thompson, like, is that a young core? I mean, I guess it is, but I don't know if I like the Pistons better than the Magic, but maybe that's just a homer pick. Either way, at least we're in the top 5. If we're not, then I'm rioting. I'd have us at least third on this list. I think we should be, but whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it drastically off? Or
I think Sleeper Magic. Some people are sleeping on the Magic right now. I'm almost apoplectic that we're behind the Pistons. I know Cade just had a coming out year and played really well in the playoff series against the Knicks. This was his, coming to the big stage, which I'm happy for him because there was a couple lull years where it looked like, is this guy going to pan out? But yeah, then what's the supporting cast there? Asar Thompson, he's a great player, good defensive player. Then you got Jaden Ivey, was injured all last year. Their big man, what is his name? Jalen Duren. Like that's their young core, right? So I don't know if I put that above Paolo, Franz. Are you going to including Desmond Bane? He's 27. I don't know what these things go up to, 25. But as you said, like he's a part of the core. Wendell Carter Jr., Anthony Black. Yeah, I guess it gets a little tougher outside of our 2 tentpole stars. But those are 2 tentpole stars at under like age 22. So I think that propels us up this board a little bit further than that. And I think, Wemby is just carrying the Spurs. Rockets, we'll see. We'll let the record speak for itself. But more rankings here, Pish. We've got the ESPN player rankings from Banchero for next season. Desmond Bane, 39, Franz, 32, and Paolo, 17. Paolo feels low to me here. Paolo feels like he's an all-NBA player this year. It just feels a little bit low. I think he's going to be a top 15, top 10 player.
Maybe, but for preseason rankings, I'm totally good with this. I saw, and this guy's a great follow on Twitter, by the way.
He is.
He's not a paid sponsor. I just think he's a good follow. I saw some posts underneath this that basically named 16 players that I thought were ahead of him, and was like, Okay, I'm fine with 17. He can go ahead and prove people wrong and move up that ladder this year, but for a preseason ranking, this is chill. I'm good with it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be interested
Franz
to
at
see.
32, I'm good with as well, and Bane at 39.
Yeah.
To have 3 players in the top 50, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, and even Suggs, I believe, is like 59th maybe on this or 60.
Okay.
He's somewhere around there, and that's nice, man. That's a good thing to have. Not every team can say that they have that, and all of those dudes are young. None of those guys are on their way out. So,
yeah, it just kind of also reiterates like how good Desmond Bane is to us too, because I didn't watch a lot of Grizzlies ball, but we watched plenty of Franz Wagner, and he's 32, and you're telling me Desmond Bane is just behind him in the pecking order in the NBA. That's a damn good player. So if we're adding another guy of that caliber here, that does feel like the missing piece. But of course, the tent poles here, our 2 pillars are Franz and Paolo. Those are our 2 max guys, and they've got to really run the show. And we have good news from one of our new coaches, Shamgod, reported here by Brett James. God Shamgod on Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Paolo and Franz and them, they're coming into their own right now. They're at the right age where they're still young, but they're young enough to dare to be great. And I believe like Paolo and Franz is going to be great. And this is a guy who just most recently was working with Luka Doncic. So that's a good
that's the word of the Lord right there. He's speaking truth. And I mean, look, we're all ready to go and sit in the altar and listen to God Shamgod speak about Paolo and Franz and their greatness. And I look forward to that church sermon. So I say bring on that good stuff. I think God Shamgod is going to be a big factor for this team.
Yeah.
I think we made a lot of good coaching moves in the offseason as well to strengthen the weak points. We talked about this a few episodes ago when there wasn't much else to talk about. But let's not forget that coaching staff is going to help as well. It's not going to be just some of the new faces on the team. I really like what we've had as an offseason overall. This is the best Magic offseason I've seen in a long time without draft.
Yeah.
Because normally if our offseason's good, it's all based on, well, who do we draft? Who do we draft? I think it's one of the best offseasons we've ever had, probably excluding draft.
Yeah.
Let me know if you think that's different in the comments. Set me straight with a year we had better in the off season. Maybe the T-Mac and Grant Hill signings were back in the day.
Yeah.
It felt good. It felt like, perfect, but it didn't end up being that way. But at the time, it felt like a pretty great off season. I mean,
yeah. And well-rounded, like you said, with the coaching moves. They're also bringing Joe Prunty, tons of experience. Hopefully it'll be a steady hand with some of those offensive concepts this year. Bringing in a number 39th player in Desmond Bane and Tyus Jones. So we'll see what the rookies can do. I don't know if you think Jace or Noah Penda are going to get any playing time. It's going to be tough for them to see the court, but hopefully those picks pan out and this ends up being even a better offseason than we think right now.
When I think about those young guys, I don't know. Do you have a spot to talk about them later, or should I just jam this?
No, let's talk about them.
Okay, so I'm thinking that since everyone loves to compare us to the Celtics, if you want me to lean into that for a minute, one of the things the Celtics have done well over the years is they kind of like find these diamonds in the rough, and someone goes out injured and you sell them out like, they're going to stink now. And all of a sudden these guys step up that you've never heard of. And they're usually white guys from some weird school you don't know, but they end up being really good. And you're just like, where the hell these guys come from? And that could be the roles those guys play if somebody else goes out injured for a while, if it's a short term or, we don't want anybody to get injured, but it's part of the game. People are going to miss some time. And those guys, they could have that opening and be that next man up that like gets you to that next level. And that's what Boston's always done well. And people say, we're building a team that looks like, so if you want to play into that, let's take a look at those guys and say, look, be ready.
Yeah.
Because the history of this team, what we've got on there. Some dudes have minutes restrictions or not. I don't know. But like, there's going to be an opportunity for them. And if they take it, then maybe they'll force their way into stuff. But the competition amongst the team helps as well. We don't know our bench. Our bench is not defined at this moment.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, those spots are up for grabs, and that's going to make everybody better.
And we know that Coach Mosley, too, when guys are out of the starting lineup, those deep bench guys can jump into the starting lineup all of a sudden. And we saw the Magic fans have had out their magnifying glass and their Sherlock Holmes hat and have been looking at the limited tape we've been seeing from the practices they've been having. And Jace Richardson was running with the starters because Jalen Suggs is still not doing contact stuff. And so that's not an absurd thing to think that coach might just give him a run with the starting unit as a point guard. I have a feeling it might be Tyus Jones that gets the call, but it could happen, like you said, and Jace has to make the most of that time. People have been singing his praises. You know, he's a short guard. He's like 6 feet. He's like our height. You're taller than him. But apparently,
people have also been singing the praise of where in the world is Jett Howard?
Oh, we're going there
because we never really know where he is.
Not yet. But he's not a point guard. He's not going to shift in and take those Jalen Suggs minutes. So Jace might have an opportunity, like you said. Everyone's been singing the praises of his fast first step and how he's relentless and he's a smart basketball player. So if he can, make a little bit of money on the defensive side, that's what he's going to need to do to get some playing time. But it's a good problem to have because we have all this competition, like you said, now on this team. There's no more free minutes. There's no more trial minutes. These are competitive minutes that you have to earn to get on the floor. And I think it's been long enough since we talked about the FIBA, the Eurobasket champions, Franz Wagner, and a guy I want to talk about actually, Tristan da Silva, because he kind of works into this conversation that we're having right now about guys that are going to be there on that bench role. It is amorphous right now, and it's going to be like that for a little while with Moritz out. He's a key guy on that bench. Goga's probably going to be getting those minutes, but Tristan da Silva had a lot to say in Eurobasket. And what I liked about his Eurobasket time and what I hated about Paolo Banchero's time with Team USA playing the 5 was that Tristan da Silva was playing pretty much the role it seems like he's going to play with the Magic. So it didn't take him out of rhythm. In fact, it hopefully can get him into rhythm and building some confidence. He shot the ball pretty dang well from beyond the arc. He hit some really big shots for Team Germany. So hopefully, as we all wished with Evan Fournier, every Eurobasket, that rolls into the regular season and he brings that confidence in those backup minutes for Franz and Paolo that we're going to need him in big spots because he could be a big player, maybe an X factor that we'll talk about later in fill in the blank, Peach.
Okay.
Yeah, another little tease. There's so many teases happen over here. Oh my goodness. Are you a fluffer?
No.
Okay. Anything to say about FIBA Eurobasket?
No, I'm super glad that those guys won. It looked like Goga was also shooting the rock at a high percentage over there. Yeah. So that's cool. These guys, they like to hoop. They like to represent their country. I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I'm glad they are, and they had fun, and no one got hurt. So It's all good.
Yes.
And hopefully it keeps the vibes high for our German guys. I mean, I don't know if I do feel connected to the German team because we have so many players on it. I feel like,
yeah. I'm excited for that.
It's weird. I have no connection to them other than these gentlemen that play on our team, also playing for them. But yeah, I'm like, Germany. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely shout out to the German listeners. They're one of the top countries that listen to this podcast. So shout out to y'all. I definitely feel a kindred over there with our friends in Germany, Alemannia. And
Happy Oktoberfest.
Oh, that's something I would love to go to.
It's time.
I would
get your stein, everyone.
Man, I wish I had my lederhosen on right now. Damn it. Gunter and Uwe are going to have to make an appearance maybe at some point during the season. The OGs know about Gunter and Uwe. Go check out the old videos for that. Some of the best work we've ever done, Peach. I'm still convinced. But I'm excited for that. We're playing a game in Germany. Is it in Munich, I believe, in January?
Games, yeah.
And then we're playing in England. I'm really excited to watch that. I wish I could go, but I can't because of the school schedule. That would be a really fun thing to do. Go hang out with, because the Germans, they're going to come out in full force for the Magic, I'm hoping. And we got two of the best Germans in the league on our team. So I figure that's going to feel like a home game, and people are going to be going rowdy for the Wagners. And I'm hoping to see a lot of Magic jerseys and a lot of Deutschland 9s and 21s out there. Does Moritz do the 21 for Deutschland? I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited for that game. Congratulations, Germany. Congratulations, Franz and Tristan and Moritz. I know that must have killed you, buddy, but that was really nice. Did you see when he Franz got like the award for top 5 players in it and came out with the Moritz jersey on? That was really cool. And Moritz talked a little bit about a media day that he didn't know that was happening, and it was he said it was better than winning the thing himself, to see his brother take that award and have the humility and have his heart with his brother who wasn't able to play. I mean, that was just, if you didn't shed a tear for that, you have a crocodile heart, friend.
Yeah, I wish I could have been in the stands next to Mama Wagner, making sure that she was consoled appropriately during those moments. But
dirty work, Tish. Dirty work.
No, it's very nice. No. I just want to make sure she's all right.
Okay.
I want to check in with her emotionally. I just want to make sure she's good. But yeah, Mo was not technically part of that team, but I don't think there's a guy on that team or anybody else who watches ball or watches this team, or he was a part of that team. There's without question. So I think when your home nation wins and you would have played with them, but you were out or injured or hurt, then it counts. But like when USA wins and you're Kawhi Leonard and you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to be this much commitment, I can't join, then you can't celebrate when USA wins, but too bad.
Kawhi Leonard just out here taking strays in this episode. Yeah, it did feel like he was a part of it, Pish, Moritz. More so even than Jett Howard has felt like he's a part of the Magic these last few years. Poor guy. This is from Orlando Magic Daily. Jett Howard is under the gun this season with the Magic, and he may not get his opportunity, Brett James writes for Orlando Magic Daily. This is a crappy situation that Jett Howard is in right here, and the team is in. It took him with the number 11 pick in 2023, which we're going to talk about those guards in a second. And to have a number 11 overall pick who hasn't really seen any meaningful minutes. I mean, he got passed over for Caleb Houston towards the end of the season and into the playoffs, and Caleb's not on this team anymore. So I'm not sure Jett's going to be on the team much longer. I think his contract would get us under, or would be very close to getting us under the first apron or the tax for this year. Oh, is it first apron? I think we're up against the first apron. So we need to. It would save the DeVos's money. It would save the team money. So if he doesn't really have like a hot start to this year, I probably don't see him ending the season with the Magic.
I mean, is he going to start? I mean, I the only way he's got a shot with the Magic is if it's the Osceola Magic. I think, but maybe that ship has sailed. I don't know if he can go play there or not. But like, yeah, it didn't make sense when we drafted him. Right. Yeah. So it still doesn't make sense this many years later. Like there wasn't really a spot for him on that team. And it doesn't seem like there's a spot on him for this team. Like we got better. So there's even less minutes are going around. Although to be fair, he has just as good a shot as being on that bench squad as anyone else right now. Mm-hmm. And if he's killing it in the gym and he's playing well, maybe he'll get a chance to just show what he can do. But it's all up to him, really. I mean, you can't feel bad that there's not enough spots and not enough minutes on the basketball court for a guy who was drafted 11th overall. Like most other players drafted even after him are solid starters on their teams. So like, there's no real reason to cry for him. He's had opportunity.
Yeah.
Not a ton in the NBA, but even when he's had it, he hasn't made the most of it. So it's like, if he was killing it in practice and he was dominating, he'd get more minutes and maybe he would grow. But if he's not doing it, it's not happening. That's all. It's okay. Like it is what it is. Like there's a ton of great ballers who just can't get over that, G League hype. Like they're only that level good. That's why they've been talking about expansion and stuff like that. There's enough talent in the NBA to probably have another team or two. But
the teams are deep.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt, 6 Rings of Steel, says, oh boy, some of the guards from the 2023 draft so far. Third overall was Scoot Henderson. He hasn't really gotten going. We took Anthony Black 6, and then Jett Howard 11. Kobe Buffkin had a lot of pub coming in, hasn't done much. Jalen Hood-Schifino, Dariq Whitehead, Nick Smith Jr. I don't even know if he's in the league. Either cut, traded, injured, or have been flat out disappointing. Brutal. And then to make it worse, I hope Jett Howard's not on this thread, man. Oh, my God. Trusting Still said, I have genuinely never heard of Jett Howard and Dariq Whitehead. So we know that, Trusting Still probably doesn't know ball as well as you second cousins out there. But it's the joke is still palpable here. He hasn't even heard of Jett Howard. That's how little burn, as you said, Peach, he's been getting with our main squad. But I do have a little bit of Anthony Black has done some nice things. And I think that he really
can do nice things.
Yes, we still need him to really step up and start finishing a little bit better. Everything that I'm hearing out of media day around him is he's being told that I need to get to the basket more aggressively. I need to put pressure on the basketball and really stress other defenses. So if we can see a Anthony Black just kind of in the flow state, playing his style of game, free and loose, and getting to the cup, hitting down open shots like he did his rookie year, he could be a really big factor here, and I don't think he deserves to be on this list with some of these other guys. So I'm really excited to see Anthony Black. Maybe we'll talk about him a little bit more in just a minute.
I think the point is valid, though, when you look at that list and you realize, okay, when the Magic went into that draft, we were like, hey, we've got 2 top picks. Yeah. We need guards. So they just drafted amongst these guards. Anthony Black might be the best one there, probably is. I like Jalen Hood-Schifino. I think he's probably a better option than Jett. But, we needed 3-point shooting, and Jett Howard shoots threes. So, on paper, it makes some sense. But when you look at, we missed out on Derek Lively.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him in the front court, or man, I'd rather be selling Dick jerseys right now, right? Of course we would.
Would have been better for the content.
Right. I mean, there was some better options for sure, but that's just the way they decided to go. And, sometimes you take swings and it doesn't work out. Luckily, we took the swing on Franz, right? He wasn't a household name when we got him.
Yeah.
So you win some, you lose some. And if that ends up being the way that 11th pick goes, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I was dumbfounded by the pick at the time, and it really is just going to depend on, can Jett Howard play defense? Sometimes he looks like he can, hold his space in some team defense, and then other times it just looks like he is lost, and he just kind of loses track of his guy, and that's where he's going to need to prove to Coach Mosley that he can get on the floor. I don't think anyone doubts that he can get hot from beyond the arc when he shoots, and so I'm pulling for him.
We saw it with Cole Anthony, right? When his defense became a problem, boom, he just got no minutes. Pull him.
Yeah.
Against certain teams where he couldn't hang and he was being exposed, they'd get him right out of the game. And it's too bad because Cole Anthony, he could score.
Yeah.
And we needed scoring a lot, but it was too big a risk on the defensive end. And as we know with Coach Mosley, he is defense first. I think he probably is a 75 defense, 25% offense minded dude.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want those guys that can't play D. So if you can't deliver at all on defense, you're not getting minutes.
Yeah. And hey, I think Coach Mosley's onto something there. We were the second best defense in the league last year. If we can have a top defense again, this offense only needs to get marginally better to really deeply impact the win column. And the thing I will say about this front office, I mean, they moved on from Cole, they moved on from KCP, which was a big trade that they made. They are not afraid to pivot and admit they're wrong and kind of just eat their crow and keep it moving. So if again, Jett doesn't put up early here, I think we could be seeing him on another squad at some point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel like that's negative into possibly negative right here, but let's do it anyways. We got the Jalen Suggs injury news from Jason Beatty. New for Orlando Sports, the latest on Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner. And this is a quote from Suggs. I'm really approaching every day with the intention to do everything in my power so that I can be available and ready for the squad come game 1, Suggs said. So, Peach, I think that we were a bit undersold on how severe this injury and this surgery were going to be. And maybe the Magic didn't know that they were going to go for this right away, but just seeing him like questioning whether he's getting back into this first game is a little bit of a head scratcher when back in February we were told, oh yeah, just a little knee thing. They're going in, they're going to fix it. It's all good. He ended up getting some more serious stuff, but hopefully they had a long-term frame when they were making that decision that they decided to get this surgery as something that will fix this knee problem moving forward, and it won't keep coming up if he would have just gone in and got little, scopes and things like that. So I'm hoping that it's all right. The thing that does have me optimistic about this Jalen Suggs situation is normally Weltman has been so tight-lipped about injuries. He won't talk timelines. He won't do any of this. At Media Day, he's saying, yeah, we're hoping to have him back by first game. We'd like to see him in a preseason game before we get him out there. If not, he's like right there in the first few games. So that makes me feel good, as they're at least telling us he should be back game one or right there. That's making me feel good. The Moritz Wagner thing, more towards Christmas. That's a year from when he did the ACL, and that's pretty standard for ACL injuries. So I just hope Jalen's out there and feeling good, because he is such a key part of this team. I mean, our defense, you could tell when he and Moritz went down, we lost a step. He is just an animal in the passing lanes, and one of the best things about our defense is the deflections. Something that Coach Mosley's been talking a lot about in training camp is pace, space, and the pass. And that's what he said coming in, but the personnel wasn't really there. And with Jalen Suggs getting deflections, we need to be converting on those, and I think the team really wants to get out and run. That's what they keep saying. They want to pick up the pace. They want to get easier buckets. And Jalen Suggs is a big part of that. So we need him as soon as possible. Hopefully, game one, Peach. Everything crossed over here.
Yeah, I didn't even think there would be a doubt that he would be playing game one. I was surprised when Media Day hit and I heard all these things. I was like, oh, what? Like, yeah, of course you should be playing game one. What does he mean he's participated in non-contact? Yeah, everybody probably did. Like, what's the big deal? I didn't understand, but I don't know. I just come from a time, I guess, where like if you got injured the prior season and a whole off season goes by, you're good to go by the next off season, or by the next season start. Like to me, it's a little weird that Moritz is still out. I know we're all just sort of like, okay, the ACL takes a year to get back, but it's like, really, still in 2025, we don't have I feel like people have come back in 9 months from the ACL. Are we not? We're not doing that. I know we love to baby people back. So if it was 9 months, it would probably be a year and a half for a Magic player. But still, it just was a little weird to hear that, especially when it came to Suggs. I expected it a little bit from Moritz. I didn't know if he'd be ready for day one, but for Suggs, I expected him to be in the starting lineup day one. So I was a little shocked to hear that, but also pleasantly surprised to hear that it seems like they expect him to be there.
Yeah.
And it seems like stuff's going well. You know what, Jalen? I love you. I love the hustle. Take care of your body, man. You don't need to dive into the first row of the stands to save a basketball in game one. Like when we get to the playoffs and you want to start diving on the ground for loose balls, go for it. But in game 32 of the season, let's protect that skeleton a little bit. Stay healthy, my man. Yeah. I love what he does, but my God, he makes me nervous out there.
Yeah. But the Swiffer sponsorship is late. He needs to get that going ASAP. And hopefully he can, burst more onto the scene this year and be that scoring threat, too, from beyond the arc, along with Desmond Bane, because a season ago he was really shooting it. He had kind of a rocky season last year, but, I still have confidence in that shot. It looks good. He has all the confidence in the world. So I'm excited to see Jalen Suggs back this year, healthy. Hopefully we have health around the team. But, all right, Peach, that's our social media roundup. Thank you so much, Second Cousins, for all your wonderful posts about our Orlando Magic. If you'd like to have a post get onto the show, at @court_cousins on Instagram and the Twitter machine, that will get it before our eyes and hopefully onto the show.
Yeah, once in a while, and I'm cruising around Facebook, and I'll see some stuff in those Facebook groups too, and I will get in there and I will chop it up and I will tell those people why they're wrong, because a lot of people in those groups are wrong on Facebook. They're wrong. They're awful. They're dumb. They make stupid comments. Help me. Get in there and tell them they're dumb.
All right. So now, Peach, do you have your Shakespearean quill ready to go for the fill in the blank?
I got it in the
Yeah, this is for all the thespians and the writers out there. A little fill in the blank. It is just what it sounds like. We'll have a statement, but it will be missing a key word that Peach and I will have to fill in. And this will give us an opportunity to talk about some of the other things happening around our Orlando Magic squad right here. So, Peach, another, kind of injury thing we're going to, I suppose, was, J.I. right here. From Orlando Magic HQ. This is a quote from Jonathan Isaac that I don't think there's a minutes restriction, he's saying here in media day. Looking like he dropped some weight, which I'm happy to see here. But Peach, the fill in the blank is, there's a skeptical eyebrow right there. J.I. talking no minutes restriction is blank, Peach.
If you'll permit me to have a small word in front of the other word.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and quote a famous Star Wars character and say, "It's a trap." It's a trap. I think it's a trap. I think he just wants to make it seem like I'm not on a minutes restriction. This is just who I am. I think it is who he is. I don't think he is going to be a starter doing 30 plus minutes a game. That's not a life for him. So I think him saying that is a way of having people stop asking those questions, putting that to bed, and saying, I'm just a 15-minute a game guy now. That's who I am. And we have to make our peace with that, maybe. And if we get 20, we're going to be stoked.
Yes.
So I think that's why he's setting the bar low. Yeah. And that's why it seems to me to be a trap. But I don't know what you think. You fill this blanket.
Or maybe that's a nice way to set expectations. I like that. If you expect 15 and he ends up at 20, then that you're right. Okay, so he's just resetting. I think J.I. talking no minutes restriction is I think I'm going to say
you got to quote a Star Wars character, right? Are we doing that?
There is no try, only do. So just do it, J.I. Let's see it. Because, J.I. on no minutes restriction, even last year, and he did not look himself. B-Ball Index has him as a top 25 in the LeBron status. And talking about how he's such a game changer. He was one of the league's best defensive playmakers who impacts the game on offense with his elite offensive rebounding talent. So, hey, okay, the stats are saying it. I want my eyes to see it too, because last year it honestly looked like a little bit of a drop off. So if he's coming in, he's dropped some weight, he's looking svelte. Hopefully not as much pressure on the skeleton. Last year, he kind of bulked up. I think they wanted him at the 5. And really, he's just better in that dunker spot. And play next to Goga. Let Goga, do the body of the guys down low. And you'll just kind of hang around the basket on the baseline there, looking for that weak side help, coming when nobody sees it. And hopefully he's got that spring back and that second double jump in him again, now that he's, again, dropped those pounds, looking good. And we can get back to some of that really just dismantling defense that we've seen from Jonathan Isaac, because that is an X Factor type of role, and we're going to get into an X Factor fill in the blank in just a moment. But if he can give us 20 minutes of, I don't want to go near this guy as an offensive player, then that's a game changer. But last year, I felt like guys weren't even really scared of him last year. People went at him, and he didn't have an answer a lot of times. So it really needs to be a bounce back, prove it season for Jonathan Isaac for me. And more than 15 minutes a game, please.
Yeah, I think, I need you to rebound, Haas. I can't have you stand out by the 3-point line, have a shot go up, and have you just run back on D. I can't have it. When the shot goes up, crush the boards, because he's a pretty solid rebounder, and he's long, he's lanky, he can tip stuff. I mean, he has that ability in him. It is frustrating to see a man that has the ability and a frame, as Doris Burke would like to say, and that is just should be elite. He should be elite. He should be in the top 20 players in the NBA. He has that frame. He has that ability. I know he had the injury issues, but goddamn, show it. Don't just be a guy out there getting minutes. I need you to do something with him, because that will put us over the hump. All those dudes on the roster, they got to contribute. All those championship winning teams, they get the contributions from everybody. If we get in 15 minutes a game, they better be 15 good fucking minutes, and I better see at least 7 or 8 rebounds out of you.
All right. Let's do it. I'll second that motion, Peach. I'll second that motion. Okay. So now let's go positive because, geez, man, I feel like we've been a little bit negative Nancy's here. So let's go on to something nice here. Something nice. Most likely to win a major award is blank, Peach. Who do you got to fill in this blank? Who on the team's winning a major award this year? Get your FanDuel apps ready, everybody.
It's difficult to I came up with this question and I stumped myself early on. I thought, yeah, this is a good question, but I don't know as though I have an answer. I think I'm going to take the cop out a little bit and go Mosley as coach of the year, because if this team does in fact finish second or third in the Eastern Conference, that might be enough to get him over the hump for that consideration, because they love to give that award to coaches who've been with a team for a while and they've been getting steadily better and they make that jump to the top level. So if that's where the Magic season ends up, he seems the most likely. I know it's, you want to say Paolo MVP. You want to say, maybe Moritz if he came back and plays enough game for 6-man or something, or maybe somebody else. I don't know. Those are ones that are possible, but there's so many other players around. I feel like Mosley is the best bet. I feel like the odds would be best for that one because it seems very, very doable as opposed to some of the other ones. I don't think the defensive player of the year we have. I don't, there's some other outside shots or guys that could get votes in those categories. But even in most improved player, we have some guys. But I feel like those are long bets. And I like to make those bets personally. But if I'm actually betting big money, I'd bet on Coach Mose.
That's a great pick by you, Peach. And you didn't have that prepared just a moment ago. That is really nice. I think that makes a lot of sense. Ha ha! Mischievous man. I like that because he has already gotten some pub in Coach of the Year stuff as the seasons were kind of in the middle and they do those halfway through the year surveys, and he's been on those lists already. So like you said, the narrative is there. It's been building, and that is probably your best bet. What are we considering here? So a major award. So that wouldn't be like all defensive team because Jalen Suggs has already been on an all defensive team. So you're not counting that. Okay. Because that would have been a
singular award, like the person, not on the first NBA team or first defensive team. I'm talking you're the 6-man of the year. You're the coach of the year. You're the MVP.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just don't think the narrative, like we're saying, the narrative is there for Coach Mosley. The narrative isn't there yet for Paolo as an MVP. So I think that's a little far-fetched at the moment. What's that?
Most improved? I could hear
so
some talk for most improved.
They've been normally most improved was going to guys, kind of unknown guys that were like 6-man, then jumped into starters. But they've given it to some guys in recent years, I feel like, that were already starters. Didn't De'Aaron Fox win it one year? So it's depends what they're doing with that. And then could you see Franz Wagner getting in there if he shoots above 30% and ends up, with 26 points per game or something? That's a possibility.
If I had to go second, I'd say it's Franz, because if Franz goes from being a 21-point game to almost near 30 or something and adds some more either assists or rebounds, they do like to give it to guys who were already pretty good or already starting, but then kind of went to that next tier, or now Franz is an all-star this season, so he made that jump. You know what I mean? Something like that. But that's
I think I'm gonna go back to my guy Anthony Black, who I've got a lot of love for, and I think can be really pivotal on this team, and I think he's going to be our 6-man. So I'm going to go with Anthony Black and say, could he, with a little bit more scoring, get into that 6-man of the year conversation? It's going to be tough because Peyton Pritchard, he won it last year. He was putting in quite a few buckets for that Celtics team. I just don't know if Anthony Black can get to that assist level. But as you said, it's going to be team-focused as well. That's the thing I really like about our squad. We've got a lot of young, very brash young men. They're not afraid to talk shit, but they're also very humble, and they play for each other. And I think they understand that team success then leads to individual success and accolades too. So, again, if we're top of the East somewhere, second, third, and Anthony Black is scoring 50, averaging 15 off the bench, which I think he could potentially do, can he get enough 6-man, or is 15 points not enough? Yeah, I was gonna say Paolo Banchero All NBA, but then you kind of took that off the table. So I'm grasping a little bit here, and I'm gonna go with Anthony Black because I feel like he can have a big year, and I would love to see him get some hype in that Sixth Man of the Year award.
So surprised! I am so surprised. So surprised on so many levels with this selection from you. I am very surprised. Here's a man, first of all, that touted and you yearned for Tyus Jones to join our team, and yet you didn't even consider him for that award. When I believe he will probably be our sixth man. Like
I don't know.
I'm dumbfounded, and I'm getting vibes. Man, I'm getting vibes right now.
Oh,
because you used to really love you some Markelle Fultz too.
Oh, I do.
And you're giving me those same vibes right now about Anthony Black. I don't want that. I don't want to put that evil on him. But those are the same vibes you're giving me right now, and I'm a little worried about it.
That's true. I do love that. They kind of have that. They're big guards, and they're good on the ball, and they get to the hoop. I guess I love that player type. I do. And I want Anthony Black to succeed this year because that's important. We need that pick to work out. We need him to work out with this team. We can't look back at that 2023 draft and neither of those guys be impact players for deep playoff run. So Anthony Black, come on, let's make it you, buddy. Step up.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see.
This one's quick, Peach. This one's quick here.
All right.
I'm going to have you do it first because I need to just look at the jerseys again really quickly. First jersey you're getting in the new style is?
This is difficult. Again, I feel like I've stumped myself. I've got to get a Bane. I have to have a Bane, right?
Yeah. But which style?
I have to process of elimination it, and I think I'm not sold on that black one with the half black and half blue yet. I'm not sold on it. Maybe when I see it in person, I'll feel different. Okay. And I don't like the font on the blue jersey, so I gotta go. I think I might have to go with the white Bane. That's the first Bane jersey I saw. I thought it popped.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 is always sick on a jersey. I think that might be it. I don't know though. I'm gonna wait until we go down there in February and get my eyeballs on some stuff. But if I had to lean, that's the way I'm going right now. Where are you at?
I like that pick. I'm looking at my jerseys here. I'm looking at the colors. What color do I lack here? And then, this is embarrassing, Peach. I don't have a Paolo Banchero jersey.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Did I get one last year actually? Did I remedy that?
No, you have. You fix this.
I don't think I did. See, this is my predicament. Every Court Cousins night, we give away tons of jerseys, tons of different things, and I always get a few Paolo Banchero jerseys to give away. And then I ended up, they get given. I'm always like, yeah, I'm going to save one of these for myself. But then when we get down there and I get the love, I'm like, no, I got to give it away to a second cousin. And so I think
too gracious.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I think Paolo, I'm going to have to get a Paolo. And you know what, Peach? I feel you on that small font. I do feel you on that small font. I'm actually liking the Havsies jersey, where it's like half pinstripe with the blue up top. I actually like that, and I'm looking at the image, and Paulo's in that jersey, and I think that's sharp, and I think that might be the one, Peach. Yeah. I think that's going to be my one, because it's unique, too. I have the new jerseys that we have, they're awesome because they throw back to the nostalgia, but I'm looking at it. I got like a Shaq and a Penny, and I've got a Franz with the pinstripes. Like I have already a bunch of pinstripes, but I don't have that jersey at all yet.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, we'll see who the top seller is. And hey, they're supposed to have that City Edition jersey, which is the gray and blue version of that orange one from a few years ago. And if that's true, then that could be in the running as well, because that thing would be sick.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine. I have that one in Jalen Suggs with the orange and the stars down the piping. That's nice. That is nice. Okay, last one, Peach. Last one here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here we are. Blank will be the Magic's X Factor. Man, I feel like I showed my hand with the Anthony Black stuff, and I need something different, or else it's going to make for a boring show. Yeah,
that's okay. You can still pencil in the same answer if that's what it is. I mean, because based on what you just said, if you say anybody but him, you're lying, because you're expecting him to possibly be a 15-point guy a game off the bench.
Yeah,
I don't see that happening. It'd be cool if it did. But
well, you know what, Peach?
That would make him the X Factor.
You know what, Peach? He's going to get 15 points because the X Factor, Tyus Jones, is going to be camped out around the 3-point arc, and that man can shoot the ball too. So defenses are going to have to worry about Tyus Jones, and Anthony Black's going to get a lot more open looks going to the hoop because Tyus Jones is going to be the X factor. You're right. I have proselytized about Tyus Jones many a time on this beloved podcast because I love this man's game. He is tenacious, he works hard, he shoots the ball well, and he doesn't turn the ball over. And I think him on that second unit with Anthony Black, there's going to be more playmaking, there's going to be more dynamic movement in terms of the offense, and I think Tyus Jones is going to bring a lot of steadying force to that second unit. So many times, Peach, last year, the second unit just wouldn't have an answer for the other team, a scoring answer that was. They'd stop the ball, but they could not put it in the hoop. There wasn't that go-to guy if Franz or Paolo weren't mixing in with them. And so I'm thinking Tyus Jones can, with that veteran savvy, say, okay, no, I can just dribble into this little jumper that I get every single time and calm the fans if we're in an opposing building and things are getting out of hand with that second unit. Tyus Jones seems like he can be that cooling, calming factor for that second unit and help everyone get better. So he's going to be my X factor, baby. Tyus Jones, let's go. Maybe I'm going to get a Tyus Jones jersey. Can I amend my last comment?
Yeah, there he is. There he is. I knew he was in there. We had to dig deep, but we got him. I like the cut of your jib, sir. You got a sweet jib cut. I'm from Magic's X Factor. I got to go with Moritz Wagner. He always was our X Factor before, right?
Yeah.
And I know he's out to begin the season, but he was always our X Factor. And when he went out, that's what hurt us because he's not like the world's best scorer, but he's very capable around the rim. He's a pretty solid shooter. He gets in guys' grills. He pisses people off. That's what you need out of your second unit. You need that guy that comes in and gets to burn people's shorts and gets things done and rebounds and plays hard. And you can't tell me that this guy, after watching Eurobasket and being gone all this time and seeing this new team gel for a couple of months before he comes back, this guy's going to be so motivated. Woo, man, he's going to run through a brick wall to get out there. And that's going to make him our X factor from that point forward. So I'm going all the way in on Moritz Wagner, and there's no looking back. I can make a case for other gentlemen. In fact, I could see a version of me from a couple of years ago going, well, our X factor has to be Wendell Carter Jr.
Yes,
because he's going to be getting starting minutes, and he's going to be out there rebounding the basketball. And oh boy, he needs to make that jump this season to be a guy who scores 20 and gets 10 a night. But
yeah,
he's been stuck into this 10-10 world, or sometimes it's only like 8 points and maybe 7 rebounds, but getting 35 minutes, and it's like, what are you doing out there? I'm not that guy anymore. I know who Wendell is, and you're not our X factor.
Do you, Peach? Because
you're not going to be.
He's getting a lot of hype this year from the team in that Wendell Carter Jr. is.
I'm not going to be fooled again. I won't do it. I'm sorry, you're not the X factor. If you were, you would have already stepped up. You're the Y factor, as in why did we pay you to be on this team?
Little guest appearance from Nadra.
Oh, Nadra.
Yeah, I mean, well, with that new contract kicking in soon, $18 million a year, like he's got to play up to that standard now. I don't know. I think a lot of people out there might pick Wendell Carter Jr. for the X Factor. Let us know who's your X Factor in the comments, people. How did we do? Do you agree with us? Or are you taking Wendell Carter just to piss Peach off?
No one is going to write Wendell Carter.
I know a lot of people are going to write Wendell.
Only if they're trying to get... but they'll be wrong. So let's revisit this at the end of the season on who the X Factor was. It may not be Moritz. Maybe somebody else steps up. It sure as hell ain't going to be Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah. Well, and for this X Factor thing, we kind of ruled out starters. We talked about that a little bit before. We didn't tell the people that. Yeah. So, yeah, Desmond Bane wasn't in the consideration for this. He wouldn't be X Factory to me. He's a factor. So let us know. What's your X Factor for Orlando Magic this year?
Well, Wendell shouldn't be a starter, but he is. So,
oh, true. I guess he wouldn't be in the consideration either. That's a fair point, Peach.
Right.
All right. Well, Peach, we're just under an hour in, and we're at that large ending, baby. It's that time. Yep. Can you hit that button? Where's the button right now?
We're doing it, Red Band.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, Peach, who's going first? Please tell me you're going first because I'm not ready.
It is me.
Okay, great.
I'm telling you that the MLB playoffs began on a Tuesday afternoon this week, as I always do, because MLB fucking hates their fans. Who you got in the World Series? Do you even know the teams in the playoffs? This is going to be fun.
Are the Vermont Expos in there? Are they in there?
You know they're not.
Okay. All right. I don't really know who's in there. No, I'm in the tri-state area, so I hear a lot of Yankees sports talk radio, and I know they're playing right now. Maybe that game's probably over. What happened? Do you know? Can we look it up?
I don't know.
Can you give me some of the other teams that are in it right now?
The Detroit Tigers won. They're in it.
Okay.
The Seattle Mariners are in it. And the AL, I mean,
they're hot, right?
Most of the teams right there.
Okay.
And in the NL, I know all the teams.
Okay.
You've got Brewers. You've got the Dodgers are, of course, in there because they make an appearance every year.
Yeah. Well, okay,
so
I'm just going to go my heartstrings on this one. I'll either go with the Seattle Mariners from the AL for Paolo Banchero. He'll be happy about that. He might make an appearance like in the playoffs. People would love that. And I'll also root for the Brewers. So those are my picks for the championship piece. You're more informed on this. Who's actually going to be there?
Who knows? Baseball's a little bit of a crapshoot. Team can have a great 162-game season, and then all of a sudden they get cold for a week, and then they're gone. So I'm going to go with the Tigers and the Brewers. I like the Tigers pitching staff. I think they're built for the postseason. But, hell, who knows? Don't listen to me. Don't put any bets down based on what I say of baseball. We're just having fun here.
All right, Peach. So now we'll switch to football here for this one. The Bills are going to be wearing their winter jersey this weekend against the Patriots. What are your thoughts on this? I got to look this up. Winter jersey.
I included a picture on slide 17 if you're in there.
I didn't put it up. So they're just like white out.
It is there, so you can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, it didn't look that cool at first, but their helmet is cool. And I happened to see this at a local Shields, picked it up, and boy, it was tough not to buy it because it's pretty cool. It looks a lot better in person than it might look on TV.
Okay.
I don't really like it when a team gets rid of one of their colors and there's no red at all on this thing, but it's not bad. It's not as good as some of the teams' jerseys, but it's fun.
Are they allowed to wear these jerseys when it's snowing? Because I imagine that would be very difficult for defenders to find a team in a snow flurry. Is that part of the strategy here?
I think it's part of the strat. Although I don't think they expect snow this weekend in Buffalo, but you never know.
Well, I don't know, but all I know is Josh Allen is on my fantasy team and he's been crushing. So thank you, Josh.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear you're doing fancy. I would have asked a completely different question anyway. Much like real life, the drama in the WNBA is juicier than a league full of men. Why is that? I mean, why are they tripping? Have you seen this? Have you seen all the crap going on?
Not really, man.
Now? All the talk is about the commissioner and dildos on the court, and it's like, hey, focus on your game, right? Like, I can't name the teams in the finals right now, but I know about them talking about their commissioner and people talking about Caitlin Clark being injured and people arguing with referees. And it's like, but who are the teams that are winning? Like, I don't know.
But Peach, that's what people care about. They care about the salacious deets. Okay, it's the TikTok generation, baby. This is what it's all about. You think it's about a sport? How naive, Peach. How naive. How silly of you.
This is what happens when they take the Real Housewives and they just make an entire league out of them.
Oh my gosh. We just lost our one female watcher, Peach. Way to go.
No, I meant it from a drama standpoint because they're all kind of like that same kind of dramatic, like I need the camera and let's make up storylines to keep things interesting. And it's just like they're forcing this stuff. It's also, it's other shows too. That was just the one that jumped to mind. Didn't mean to upset ladies. They're more than just housewives.
Luckily, my wife is not here right now. She'd be pissed, Bish. She's going to be pissed about this one now. She's gonna be pissed.
Let's go ahead and upset them more later.
Yeah, let's upset them now. So it's F, Marry, Unalive. And I don't know these people really well. You made this one for me, so thank you for that. Tate McRae, Sabrina Carpenter, Dua Lipa. Let's do it quick.
This is difficult. Listen, everyone who does know these would know this is very difficult. Because Dua Lipa's super sexy. They're all right there, right? For me, I've got to zone in on. You got to zone in on who you're going to marry because that's your gal, right? That's your hometown. That's where you're going all the way. I've got that figured out already. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to unalive Dua Lipa, and it kills me to do it.
What?
But when I listen, hey, listen up. When I'm talking to my head and I'm talking to downstairs, and I'm letting him have a vote, his vote is for Sabrina Carpenter. He wants in on that. Okay. So I'm like, all right, we're going to give him one. But when it comes to the brain, that's when we go Tate McRae, because you show me a Canadian gal who likes hockey.
Okay. She was a shoo-in. She was a shoo-in.
Yep.
All right.
All the way.
Well,
I'm sorry. I like you as well.
Well, Dua, what's her?
Game.
She's what? Where's she from? Dua Lipa.
I looked it up once. I cannot remember. Super funny. Dude did a great job on Saturday Night Live too. Yeah, you hate to see it. The game's the game. I'm sure she'd unalive me if she was playing the same game. So I'm not
she's Albanian. Is that considered like the Middle East? That's Eastern Europe. I mean, I love my Arab women. So I feel like that's close enough. That's close enough. So that's probably going to be the Mary. I like her music the most. These other ladies, I haven't really heard of them too much. But in just a quick Google search, I think I'm doing the F with Tate McRae, and I guess unaliving Sabrina Carpenter, because I don't know. People talk about her a lot, and I don't like all the talking. So I don't want to deal with that. So it's done. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. You're up, Peach.
For the record, we didn't have to ask you this question. So if anything comes back to bite you, that's on you. You willingly offered to answer that question.
That's fair. That's fair.
Panini is all done with their basketball licensing. Are you still going to cap the unlicensed Hoop and Prism and Mosaic when they come out? Because Topps is back, baby. And I don't know if they're officially on the market yet, but I saw pictures of them the last couple of days. They look exactly like the baseball style card. Topps is back in Hoop, which is good. I'm glad to see it. But
so you're telling me,
cards, I'm just not
there's not going to be any logos or jersey logos or anything like that? No, I'm not. I don't.
The jersey, they have to make stuff out. Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that in my card collection.
Topps has been making Topps Chrome the last couple of years, but no one's really copping them because they don't have the logo. Same thing with football, like Topps Chrome football, junk. But now that Fanatics owns Topps, they got all the licensing. The game's about to change. It's nukes styles. Gonna miss it.
All right. Well, let's do it. We'll have to do this Panini opening. This is going to be one of the last ones, I guess. I still have that blaster box. We need to do the blaster battle over on Court Cousins. I saw that nice new brake pad that you have there for the cards. You got to go check that out, Second Cousins out there. Go check out Card Cousins. Pisha's been doing work over there, and I've been hopping on.
We just did Haunted Hoops. Came out yesterday. I got an Optic Mega Box coming out this Friday. There's tons of basketball coming, but I also do football every Sunday. There's lots of fun stuff. I just did some NASCAR. I got some soccer coming up.
Wow.
I didn't even know who these gentlemen were.
Soccer?
Oh, man. I'm just going for it right now.
Wow, you really are. All right. Well, something I've been going for lately is I got some nerd habits, okay, people? I like to do the Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff, and I've been getting into Warhammer, where you have all these little figurines and you do battle, all right? And so, Pish, this is my big nerd thing right now. I'm wondering, you're picking up a new nerd thing, because you've already got, you're pretty nerdy with the cards, as people can just tell right now. It can't be that. What would be a new habit or game or something that you would pick up that people would be like, oh yeah, it's nerdy?
I have always wanted to play the game Settlers of Catan, and I've never played.
Yes.
And it seems like a good time, and I hear that it seems really nerdy, but yet I'm here for it. Okay. Literally here for it, waiting to be invited to a Settlers of Catan game. If you're in the Dallas area and you're having a game, call me up. I want to have wood and products,
resources.
I don't even know how the game is played. I just see there's little things that look like hotels. Yeah. I think that you build. I don't know, but it seems fun. I want to play. And actually, to be honest, Warhammer sounds like a good time too.
It's fun.
I could get down on it. I don't know how nerdy I'd get. I don't know if I'd have pocket protector and tape on the glasses nerd level, but I could see enjoying a game of it. It seems all right to me.
All right. So if you're in the Dallas area, get Pish in the game. And Pish, our Orlando Magic are back in the game this Saturday. Also, when my wife is having a birthday party at the house, so somehow I'm gonna have to, yeah. So I'm gonna be the guy to be like, "Hey, babe, so like the party started a few hours ago. You mind if I like go upstairs and put on the game?" And then I'm gonna catch a lot of shit.
Don't have a TV in your living room.
Yeah. So I'll be watching it somehow.
Room.
Yeah, I'll be trying to sneak away at some point to put that puppy on, because the NBA season is back officially. I guess it started the preseason today in Abu Dhabi, but our Orlando Magic tipping off on Saturday. Cannot wait, Pish. We're back in it. we'll be seeing you second cousins every couple weeks now. We'll be doing the reactions after games of Peesh and other people in the Court Cousins family. So look out for all that stuff. And it's good to have you back. Man, we're close. Can we get to 2,000 subscribers this season, Peesh? I think we're at over 1,800 now. If you're this far and you haven't liked and subscribed, let's do it. And go check out Card Cousins.
And we got a lot of subscribers here. Can even an eighth of you go and subscribe to Card Cousins too? Because that'd be fun.
Little plug.
We've been stuck on 61 for a while. let's get into the triple digits here, because Court Cousins is looking down at Card Cousins. They're like, we are bigger than you. But we're all the same. We're all in the same family. So come on.
Yeah. Let's do it. It's good to be back with you all, family, second cousins. Peesh, it's good to be back here with you, man. Until next time, man. Peace out.
Thanks for coming. Go Magic.